become independent, be Americans, and we'll stand on our own and bring our businesses back here, like the pharmaceutical industry.
It works, and it worked when we became energy independent. Robert E.
And this is for 30 seconds, please. Recognizing we are not a democratic form of government, but a constitutional republic. What is your thoughts or your definition of the role of government?
Okay, we're going to start with 30 seconds.
It's really simple. Leave us alone and let us do what we know what we need to do.
Amen.
That's it. The government is basically to provide for the national defense. Pretty much that's it. And they've gotten way out of their league.
Protect our Constitution.
They shouldn't be doing.
The answer to that question is enshrined in the Declaration of Independence. Government's there to protect life, liberty, and the pursuit of property, as Jefferson wrote it, because they intimately associate with property rights with true happiness. That's the heart of the constitutional understanding in our legal system. That's where we should be.
And likewise, in the Constitution, the express and the implied powers of the United States of America, what the government is allowed to do, and should be limited to those.
And like you said, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness is the role of the government, and also to follow the Constitution.
Thank you, Joe.
I can't say it any better. National defense, life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, free property, but also interstate commerce. We need that badly right now. We need these trucks rolling so they get food, toilet paper, and things like that to our stores. So interstate commerce is a biggie for the government, but there's a lot they need to stay out of that they're involved in.
Role of the government is to protect life. Romans chapter 13 says that we are to defend against the evildoer. Does the government draw the sword in vain? And so we're going after the evil, but it's foreign and domestic. When I took the pledge in the U.S. Navy, I pledged to defend against foreign and domestic. So that's why we have police officers, state police. We have to be careful how we smash authority that has been put in place to protect us. Many cities are hurting now because the police don't answer calls because they don't think they're going to get defended or protected when they do the right thing to get the evil guy.
That's right.
So how are we doing on time? What time is it? 8:30? Okay, let's have one more question. And do you want to be the last one? Okay, you're the last one.
I would like to know from each one of you, who are your idols in Senate or Congress, or who do you look up to of seating people now?
We get this question a lot, and I don't really have somebody that I idolize in every way, but I really think that the best way for me to say this is if you like Jim Jordan, and you like Donald Trump, put Tom Speciale in the middle of those two, and I guarantee you Jim Jordan, Tom Speciale, and Donald Trump are going to get some work done. That's right.
Good.
Modern day people that are alive, or can I do as historical example?
Modern.
Okay, so that makes it a little tougher because it's hard to measure up some of these historical examples.
It doesn't have to be Virginia.
So, well, I like your answer. Jim Jordan's an amazing guy. I really like Ron Paul. I think his courage and his willingness to stand for his principles, even in the face of adversity from his own party, is very encouraging to me. And I think we need a lot more people up there like that. Principled people who will go toe to toe on the principles. It's really important, and that inspires me.
Donald Trump for results, and then it's collectively the Freedom Caucus, because they were one of our last lines of defense during the last administration, and collectively they have the best ideas, the Freedom Caucus.
I think one of the idols right now is Tim Scott, because he wrote the legislation to bring opportunity zones into our torn down communities and our poverty-stricken communities. So I would definitely have to go with Tim Scott. Now we're talking about a true fighter.
Unfortunately, he's not in there anymore, but I would have to go with Trey Gowdy and Jim
Yeah.
Jordan.
Yes.
He's in there.
Yes.
There are a dozen up there that I really like. You mentioned Trey Gotti, Senator Scott, a couple of his brothers are in the Marine Corps. I could talk about Matt Gaetz. I could talk about Ted Cruz. But the person who really inspired me, passed away the day I decided to run. And that was Walter Jones out of North Carolina. He was a personal friend. And they had something in the house they called the Jones Rule. And Walter Jones didn't always go with the Republican Party. Didn't hardly ever go with the Democrats. He always did exactly what he thought was right. He solely brought legislation forward to help disabled vets. He was the only one that would stand up. So he went around person to person asking people who would support it. When he got enough that he could bring it to the floor without going through the leadership, he did. I helped him write that legislation back in the early 2000s. Walter Jones is my idol. He passed away a couple years ago, but there is nobody that I've ever known in politics like that man.
I don't necessarily have idols, but I've worked with President Donald Trump for the last 3.5 years. I've worked with Vice President Mike Pence. I've worked with Dr. Ben Carson. I've worked with Senator Tim Scott with Opportunity Zones. I've even had a chance to meet and hang out with Gary Collins. He's a fired up preaching man, but he stands for life, living in pursuit of happiness. And just across the board, we have to know that everyone that's in there, they mean to do well, to serve. And it's good to see and actually work close with people that actually mean what they say and say what they mean.